Welcome to this video presentation of the Troop of Police Contributor Responsibility within Self-Sustainment. After this presentation included tasks, you should be able to summarize the intent of the United Nations Self-Sustainment logistic support, recall the main details within all self-sustainment categories, summarize the United Nations versus the Troop of Police Contributors' responsibilities for water, food and fuel. Self-sustainment is defined as logistic support for contingents in a peacekeeping mission area, whereby the Troop of Police Contributor provides some or all categories of logistic support to the contingent on a reimbursable basis. Self-sustainment is minor equipment, consumables, and all that is necessary to maintain the capability. In other words, what we need to survive. It is the ability to perform. The modular concept is that the Troop of Police Contributor cannot be partly self-sustained in any given category. If you have 100 troops, it's not enough to provide food or accommodation for only 90 of them. You either deliver to all 100 troops or there will be no reimbursement. United Nations will only reimburse the Troop of Police Contributor for those self-sustainment categories that the Troop of Police Contributor provides and are agreed upon in the Memorandum of Understanding. Those categories that the United Nations provides will not be reimbursed, even if the Troop of Police Contributor also provides the same category. You can find the reimbursement rates listed in the CV Manual, Chapter 8. Reimbursement is based on a generic fair market value rate per person per month. In the next coming slides, we will quickly run through all the self-sustainment categories. Catering. The ability to store, produce, and feed the troops or police with cold and hot meals. Communication. The ability to set up and maintain adequate internal communication with the headquarters and the subunits, both radio and telephone. Office. The ability to provide furniture, equipment and supplies to all units' headquarters staff. This includes computers, printers, software for office use. Computers and internet for welfare belongs to the internet self-sustainment category, which we will talk about a little bit later. Electrical. The ability to ensure stable power supply from generators. This includes all power cables, sockets, lamp and fuse boxes for the entire compound. Minor engineering. The ability to maintain its own accommodation area with minor constructions, electrical repair, plumbing and water repair. Explosive ordnance disposal. The ability to locate, dismantle or destroy isolated ordnance that is considered as a threat to the contingent's safety. Laundry and cleaning. The ability to provide laundry service for all personnel and cleaning service of all facilities in the compound. A Troop of Police Contributor may hire civilian personnel to do this job or make a contract with a civilian company. Some Troop of Police Contributors even make an arrangement of this service from another Troop of Police Contributor by bilateral agreements. Whatever solution that is chosen, whatever that solution costs, the United Nations will only reimburse the agreed rate according to the CV Manual. Tentage. The ability to house all personnel in tentage accommodation with flooring and the ability to heat and cool down the tents. Accommodation. United Nations normally provides accommodation within 6 months. When the United Nations provides accommodation, the Troop of Police Contributors will not any longer be reimbursed for the tentage. If United Nations is not able to deliver within 6 months, the contingents will be reimbursed the rate of both tentage and accommodation until United Nations has provided the accommodation. If a troop or police contributor build the accommodation themselves, and this is agreed in the Memorandum of Understanding, the United Nations will reimburse this category. Basic firefighting, the ability to provide sufficient basic firefighting equipment in accordance with the International Fire Code. Fire detection and alarm, the ability to provide sufficient fire detection and alarm capacity in accordance with the International Fire Code. Warehousing and storage, this is not a self-sustainment category, but reimbursed as major equipment if agreed in the Memorandum of Understanding. Medical modules are reimbursed both under major equipment and under self-sustainment. Reimbursement with major equipment rates for the module equipment itself, and reimbursement with self-sustainment rates for using the module, treating a patient. Self-sustainment for medical modules is calculated from the number of troops that are potential user of the medical module, and not only the number of troops that has been treated at the modules during a month. During the medical presentation later on, we will look deeper into the medical modules, so save your medical questions to that time. Observation. This category contains all observation equipment, night vision goggles, global positioning systems, and laser range finders. The reimbursement of the observation category is based on meeting the operational requirements listed in the Statement of Unit Requirement and in the COE manual. Identification. This category will only be reimbursed when requested from the United Nations. Nuclear, biological, or chemical protection. This category will only be reimbursed when requested by the United Nations. Field defense stores. Since the United Nations always provides field defense stores, we do not need to pay much attention to this category, and the category is only reimbursed when requested from the United Nations. General stores. The ability to provide adequate bedding, furniture, and welfare for the contingent personnel. There are cultural differences between many troop or police contributors, and especially the level of welfare will be agreed during the Memorandum of Understanding. And the last category, Internet. The ability to provide appropriate levels of equipment and bandwidth for contingent personnel for welfare computers only. Appropriated level of equipment in the peacekeeping mission is listed in the COE manual. This category is not for work-related issues. See the office category, where the work computers are included. The United Nations will not accept that computers issued by the United Nations for communication between mission headquarters and the troop or police contributors headquarter level are used for welfare activities. Water, food, rations, and POL, petroleum, oil, and lubricants, are a United Nations responsibility. Even so, the troop or police contributors will have some responsibilities within all these three areas. On water, United Nations will normally deliver raw water, and the troop or police contributors has the responsibility for purify, store, transport, and create an internal distribution of water within their own compound. Food and rations. The United Nations is responsible for the supply of food or rations, and the troop police contributor is responsible for producing the meals and feed the troop or police. Petroleum, oil, and lubricants. The United Nations is responsible for supply of the POL, and the troop and police contributor is responsible for storing and internal distribution of fuel to generators, heaters, air condition, freezer containers, and vehicles. Some few words on spare parts. The troop of police contributors are responsible for all supply of spare parts, including the transportation into the mission area. The United Nations will, during the initial deployment, accept to transport 90 days of the troop of police contributors' need of spare parts and 60 days of medical supplies. We have in this presentation introduced you to the troop of police contributors' responsibilities within self-sustainment. It is a comprehensive presentation with many details. We recommend that you save a PDF copy of the presentation and use it as a guide document when discussing possible self-sustainment responsibility with the United Nations. Key takeaway: the troop police contributors' responsibility for self-sustainment categories are decided during the Memorandum of Understanding negotiations. The self-sustainment is based on a principle that the troop of police contributors cannot be partial self-sustained in any given categories. We recommend you now to answer the questions we have prepared for you. After lunch today, we will discuss your answers. Best of luck.